But yeah, she tore her ACL because I hit her with the wop wop. It was sad.
No, I've been looking, and I just try to. I've got to find pictures because I was like, I want to see, in full garb like that.
Dude, I can't wait to go back to
So,
camp. Oh my
because
goodness.
I know she don't like getting on camera, so that's
She
why I
gets,
said in full garb.
she gets on camera every now and then. She gets a lot of really cool videos walking out. Like her, she gets all the cool videos of her walking out. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I look huge,
Yeah.
so they keep using me.
Yeah, they keep using her.
Because I look giant.
Hey, you know what though? It don't matter.
Hey, we got this new girl though. I'm so excited about this new girl. Her name is
Why
Shawnee
is that?
because she's athletic as all get out.
That's another walkout photo that they keep posting.
Hey, okay, there we go. All right. Finally, okay. All right.
But yeah, this is this Shawnee girl. She can play both sides of the ball. She's built like a linebacker. She's fast like a DB.
That's the other photo they keep posting.
Where's she going to play this year?
She's probably gonna play both sides of the ball.
That's me at
She's
left
probably
tackle.
Okay.
she's probably gonna be a receiver.
Left tackle.
Are those all on the website?
Yeah,
The Facebook page?
yeah.
All right, cool.
Shawnee is probably gonna be a DB. She's probably gonna be a safety and a receiver. She plays flag football, so she had a little bit of experience coming in. She's got hands for days. She's got speed. She runs a 540, which I've not seen below 5 on a women's 40. But she runs a 5 flat, which is fast.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, she's bad. She's gonna be able to play both sides of the ball. What's really cool is I have a running back. Her name is EJ. Elizabeth Jones. She was the only 1,000-yard rusher in the league a couple years ago. I mean, EJ is bad. This girl elevates EJ and pushes EJ, and so they're both pushing each other right now, and it's so cool to watch. I mean, really, it's really hard sometimes as an athlete to just compete with the man in the mirror, right?
Yep.
Sometimes you get on a team where you don't have the people to elevate you. And so what ends up happening is a lot of times you end up playing down to your competition. And Shawnee and EJ are like that, and they just keep pushing each other. And then we have another girl named Shabria Irby who's an All-American and is like that. And so she's there and pushing dude, I am so excited about this season coming up. Like, I'm more excited about this season than I have ever been.
When do y'all
That's
start
good.
training camp?
So we have, I think they changed it on us. So I think December is contract signing, and January is when we'll start conditioning, and then I think February is full pads.
And then the season starts what you said, April?
Yeah. No, it starts in March.
March. Okay, March. Okay.
Guys, welcome to the Married to Sports podcast. I'm Brandon. With me, as always, I've got Rodney and Corey. We've got a WFA player going to come on with us here in a little bit. Just wanted to kind of introduce ourselves. This episode is brought to you in part by Heaven Sent Hellbait Gear. Get your go to hshbgear.com. Get your 15% off with promo code MARRIED. They have really cool T-shirts, guys. If you haven't checked them out, there's about 5 more I'm going to order. They've got so many cool graphic T-shirts, and they're light, they're comfortable. It feels like I'm not even wearing a shirt. And so,
That'd be great for Corey. He always comes on here without a shirt.
I have a shirt on.
Corey without a shirt, but we seen you without a shirt, Rod, and that was gross. No, I'm just kidding. But
No kidding. He was gross.
no, man, they really do have some cool shit. Like, I got one that says "The best way out is through," and it's on the back of the T-shirt. The front of it's completely black. We got a little HSHB gear emblem on the sleeve, but they're one says "F around and find out." They actually are completely Christian based, which is really cool. But anyway, W Energy is another one that we're sponsored by. DUBBYEnergy.com. Get your 10% off, promo code married. And they actually have some really good flavors. I tried 3 of them, and the dragon fruit one was really, really good. There was no crash, no jitters. It wasn't like taking pre-workout. It was you mix it with water, and it's pretty healthy, and it really worked. There was no crash, no jitters. And I felt like when I was working out with it, I felt like I got to my peak performance. So that's pretty nice. Styles Apparel, where we keep you in style with the latest fashion. Go to stylesapparel.com. We're working on a promo code. And Liquid Nitro Energy Drink. Get your Liquid Nitro Energy. Reach out to us or Chris, and we'll be more than happy to get you set up with Liquid Nitro Energy. So, guys,
now, the Styles Apparel.
I did that one.
The Styles Apparel, we're not going to have bird modeling and stuff, are we?
Oh, I hope not.
Okay.
No, that's your department, Corey. You're like the one that likes to come on without a shirt sometime.
I'm going to be real. Okay. I don't want to see either one of y'all in lingerie. That's not a thought I ever want imprinted in my brain ever again.
Yeah, sure.
Ew.
Yeah.
So last night we watched the Rams take on the Niners. The Niners won by 3 points.
In overtime.
I actually took the Niners in that game to cover the spread. I had the Rams to outright win, which beat me on my other one. But I got lucky on picking the Niners to cover the spread. I thought I actually went with the Rams.
I went with the Niners to cover the spread. And then when I made a thing last night, I actually went with San Francisco to win outright. Hit that, but I mean, I said it yesterday. The 49ers' defense is they have not really had a drop off, and it's just like plug and play. They love to plug a New England quarterback in as a backup and let him play because it works.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're finding ways to win, and that's the only thing you can do when you have injuries.
They are finding ways to win, and they've done a great job all year. Trevor Lawrence beat the Niners, and so I am more sold on the Jags than I was going into the season, which we all know I had the Jags winning the division. They're doing a great job, but the Niners, I thought the Niners and the Bills were going to move backwards this year because they didn't have a choice. And both the Niners and the Bills have shown that they are, they're really there.
You know, it's so funny. We talked about this last night a little bit. I had picked the Ravens because I thought to go to a Super Bowl because I felt like they were the more complete team. But ultimately, I was wrong. And you know what? The Niners did show me a lot last night. How, especially with Matt Jones. Matt Jones was just dealing like you would not believe last night.
You know, when we look at complete teams, I think we're looking at it wrong, to be totally honest. Because, like with San Francisco, when we look at complete teams, you know, we were looking at what wasn't there anymore and not looking at what they have and what they have for their system on offense and defense. And, you know, they pretty much, I mean, you lose your best quarterback. That's okay. Your backup comes in and is 1-3 in a row. You know, you start the year off without your best wide receiver. They haven't missed a step. They lose their best defensive end. And we saw last night, they're still getting pressure from their other defensive ends. You know, when we're looking at complete teams, we see these players that are like Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, like that. But what else do they have in there? What is their line? What is if somebody goes out, who's stepping up? And maybe looking at complete teams, we need to start looking that way.
You know, one of the things I didn't look at going into the season, and to be honest with you, it didn't cross my mind because last year we saw such good special teams play. Such good. We saw so good so many teams ran special teams so well last year that I did not consider anybody's special teams when I was picking teams this year. And the special teams are killing everybody. I mean, they're just straight up killing everybody. The Rams last night should have won in regulation by 4 points. Between a field goal that was shanked and an extra point that was shanked, that's 4 points you left off the board. Not to mention the turnovers with Kyron Williams fumbling, the fumble by Blake Corum. Sean McVay got out coached last night.
He did. And that one fumble with Corum, the pitch, that was in the red zone too. I mean, that was guaranteed points right there.
So was the one with both of them were.
Yeah. I mean, well, the one was on the 1 yard line that he fumbled.
Yeah.
And then, the toss to Blake Corum was 100% on Blake Corum. He looked up before the ball got to him. You've got to catch the ball and then go. You can never run before you catch it. And I've seen a lot of that this year. I've seen it with receivers. I've seen it with running backs. You just got to look it all the way in.
Yep.
And
I've watched DVs do it.
Yeah.
With a surefire interception.
Yep. Then all of a sudden they look it up and it's like, man, watch that thing in. Then go.
The only reason the Niners did come back and win that game is they played mistake-free football. I mean, even with that one fumble we saw that wasn't a fumble that we were talking about off air.
Yeah.
They still recovered. So you know what? Ultimately, they played mistake-free football. That's what it takes to win the game.
And you look at the two kickers, like Brandon goes back to special teams. This new kicking, we've seen it Sunday, this new kicking thing, these kickers, I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, you can still kick it out of the end zone. You can still kick it long. And they're trying to hit it right into that zone and be fancy with it. And it's like, it's not working. You're making a kicker think, and they're not paid to think. They're paid to kick the ball.
I mean, he kicked that one, and that was the ugliest kick I've ever seen. It bounced at like the 35-yard line. They throw a flag.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, Cardi had a horrible game last night, all around.
Horrible. Dude, I would honestly be surprised if I would not be surprised if I turned on my ESPN app right now and the Rams upgraded somebody to their practice squad.
Yeah.
I haven't looked yet, but it would not surprise me at all if that was a thing.
Yeah. Because that was ugly. All around ugly. All around.
Well,
I swore I saw his coach fire him last night. I thought I saw his coach fire him last night.
And you could tell by the coaches. Look, the facial expressions by McVay and Shanahan when kicking messed up, they both just kind of went shaking their head like, what do we got to do?
So, and Kyron Williams doesn't normally fumble right there, but he's got to.
That was a good.
That was a good punt.
Yeah.
He's got to keep the ball high and tight. I mean, you got to get through. That's 14 points off the board. I mean, that's a whole different ball game we're talking.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
there's that 14 plus the the field goal
18 points.
missed, and then you're looking at 18 points altogether.
Yeah.
That they left on the board out last night because 2 fumbles, a missed extra point, and a mixed field goal. I mean, they would have blew them out.
And I made a comment yesterday. I thought Saleh needed San Francisco. I wasn't 100% sure that San Francisco needed Saleh. And Saleh did a great job on the defense last night.
He did. All right. To your point, I hadn't seen anything about the Cardi kicker, but looking at ESPN, there were a couple things to bring to attention here. Bucks running back Irvin Foot can miss 2 weeks.
They've got Rashard White.
Yeah. I think they'll be okay.
And Kyle Hamilton, the cornerback, will be out probably. He
That
missed
will hurt.
practice.
Well, I
So,
mean, Matabike's already gone for the year. I mean, they've got a lot of
Yeah.
guys that are out. That whole defense, the whole Ravens squad has been disappointing as all get out. But
Yeah.
for them to not even be contenders right now. Now the question is, man, really, are we buying in on Kansas City?
You know what? I will be able to give a better answer after this weekend, because if they come out and do the same thing they did last weekend, then I'm going to say yes, because they're getting healthy. They're getting the right people healthy. I still don't trust that running game though. You've got to get Patrick Mahomes a running game back there.
They need to go with Kareem Hunt. Watching Kareem Hunt
Yeah, I
and
agree.
Isaiah Pacheco, just watching the games, Kareem Hunt is getting more yards per carry.
Yeah,
Rod, you're the stat checker. If you want to check that, double check the stats there. But what my eyes are telling me is Kareem Hunt's having a better year back there.
yeah.
His few carries.
We need you to discount double check, Rodney.
See who's gotten more yards per carry, Isaiah Pacheco or Kareem Hunt. Because I don't watch Kansas City like that, but I've watched a couple of their games. I watched the Chargers game and I watched the Philly game. Actually, I've watched all their games this year.
Yeah, he just does look slow. Pacheco looks slow.
all right, Kareem is averaging around 3.2 yards per carry. And
Isaiah Pacheco's like what, 2.9, 2.8? If he's higher than Kareem Hunt, then I'm completely wrong. But from what I've seen on film, it looks like Kareem Hunt's getting more per carry.
I just don't think he's getting the ball enough.
Kareem Hunt?
Yeah,
No,
don't
I
think
agree.
he's getting the ball.
I agree. But they also don't trust their O-line either.
Yeah, that is true.
But if you look at their loss against was it the Eagles? I mean, Travis Kelce catches that touchdown. That's a whole nother deal. But you didn't have Rashee Rice or Xavier Worthy.
Pacheco is looking like he's getting 4 yards a carry. He's got 32 rushes, which is tied for 35th, 127 yards right now.
How many rushes has Kareem Hunt had this year?
Let me look.
I don't know. It just feels like every time he's in the game, he just feels like he's getting more yards.
It just feels like Pacheco's running in mud. I don't know. I think a lot of that's he's had a couple big bursts too to get his average up.
Right now it says 36 for 115. So really, they're not running. You know why it seems that way? Because they're not really running the ball.
They're not.
Yeah,
Because that's normally, on average, you want
That's
at least 150 yards rushing between your two-headed monsters a game, 75
That's
yards
less
per person, and you're not really seeing that this time. That's why both of these guys look like they're stuck in mud. Do you agree with that?
I think a lot of it has to do with the O-line.
yeah, and that they are a pass heavy team. I know, but you got to help yourself out with that running game. And I'm pretty sure they're missing Joe Tooney this year also.
Yeah.
So,
And on the other entry front, Chuba Hubbard is out this week too.
so who's your backup running back in Carolina?
Rico Dowdle.
Rico
Oh,
Dowdle,
that's right.
Rico
That's right.
Dowdle and Trevor Etienne, Travis's little brother. So Dowdell will be
Dowdle. Rico Dowdle.
Dowdle.
He came from the Cowboys.
So
I'll tell you about him.
you're,
He's actually not a bad back. If you look at what he did the last 6 games, he actually averaged over 100 yards for
Yeah.
the last 6 games. That was with our terrible, terrible O line. So he's actually not a bad back. I actually kind of I was really surprised that we got Miles Sanders from y'all for him. I wouldn't have done that deal, but he's not a bad back. I kind of miss him in Dallas a little bit.
But Miles Sanders is filling in nicely for y'all compared to what Dowdell
Is he?
was.
Because he keeps getting hurt and keeps fumbling.
That's why we got rid of him in Carolina. That's why Philly got rid of him.
I'm ready to see Jaden Blue.
I'm ready to see Jaden Blue.
Yeah, that's just driving me nuts not having him in there yet.
He's been hurt. He got hurt at Texas, and then he got hurt in the NFL. It's going to be a little while before we see Jaden. But I am excited about him. He's not Bijan Robinson, but nobody is. There's only one Bijan.
Yeah.
Well, we had a squad.
You had a bunch of running backs, and to think how little they ran for at that time kills me.
You know what's crazy to me? So we've been the Texas and OU were in the Big 12 for a long time. Now Texas and OU are in the SEC. But it seems like and OU gets good running backs too. Don't get me wrong. Adrian Peterson, they've Quentin Griffin, they've had some studs. Joe Mixon. But it seems like Texas has the better running backs and OU has the better quarterbacks. It seems like Texas breeds running backs and OU just breeds quarterbacks.
Now, you say that. I may ask your honest opinion here. Who produces the better receivers, Texas or OU?
Man, that's tough. I mean, you look at CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb is arguably a top 5 receiver in the league. You look at Devin Duvernay, he's one of the most electric returners in football right now. You look at Matthew Golden, you look at Isaiah Bond, but you can look at Sterling Shepard, you can look at they both put out good receivers.
But you were talking about those two positions. You can't forget the receivers because they both turn out good receivers. That's why I asked.
No, they do. And I'm going to be honest. I think that's why Quinn Ewers had such a great year. I don't think Quinn Ewers is like that. I don't. Look, when he goes to Texas quarterbacks, I've yet to see anybody top Vince Young. Right? Let's go, Vince, McCoy, Ellinger, Arch, Ewers.
And then you can, at that last spot right there under Ewers, you'd have to put in Major Applewhite.
Oh, I forgot about Major Applewhite. Applewhite will go under Ellinger. I forgot about Major Applewhite. That was a long time ago.
I know, but he's still one of your better quarterbacks.
Colt McCoy.
He's under Vince. He goes Vince, Colt. Oh, did y'all think I put Case McCoy up there? Hell no. No, I did. Jackson and Jordan Shipley. Boy, I'm not gonna lie. Jackson was almost as good as Jordan. That was a close race between Jackson and Jordan.
And then when you go to running backs, there's the number one. There's a top spot. And it's you either go way back or you go to Ricky Williams.
I would say you're gonna probably disagree with me here because I'm not old like that. I go Ricky Williams or Earl Campbell. Some people go Earl Campbell, Ricky Williams. I get it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It depends on who it is.
But then it's
Earl Campbell.
Then it's Bijan. There's no doubt that Bijan is our next best back. Jamal Charles is up there. I get it, but I like Bijan a whole lot better than I like Jamal. And
Bijan Robinson was more of a complete back.
He was.
Don't get me wrong. I love 2.5. 2.5, 2 live, man. Come on, man.
I, you know, that's like me when I start thinking of hurricanes that I loved. I mean, obviously I start with Michael
Oh
Irvin,
yeah,
but Cortez or Warren Sapp,
Warren Sapp,
um,
Benny Blades.
Benny
Dwayne
Blades.
Johnson.
It's funny to think of that. If put it this way,
He was on that
to
championship
think
team,
of how,
man. He was
yeah, but
there.
to think about how big Dwayne Johnson is now, and to think he wasn't even the top three person on that defensive line.
Oh, he was like that.
He
Yeah, it
was.
was Dwayne. It was Warren Sapp was the man.
What? All right. The Blades had family had so many people come through the Miami program. It was Benny Blades was a
Al Blades, Brian Blades.
yeah.
Yep, they've had them all.
Two blades.
Um,
Oh,
Yep. The late great Sean Taylor went there.
yeah.
I mean, everybody says Jimmy Johnson, but it actually started with how Howard Schnellenberg got Miami
Schnellenberger.
back. Yeah,
Howard
Schnellenberger.
Schnellenberger. It took me
He got
years
him back,
to learn that
but
name.
Jimmy Johnson raised them to iconic stage. And then you think of the Heisman's that have won the trophy, the quarterbacks. Vinny Testaverde,
Vanny,
Bernie Kosar went there, Jim Kelly
Yeah.
went there.
Jim Kelly. Yep.
You know, and it's just like, wow.
I can't believe Vince didn't make it in the NFL. He was such a man amongst boys in college.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But that's the thing.
you're sitting there talking about all that, and like the 2005 national championship just ran through my head, and I just
Mhm.
realized that throw to Lyman Swede, and then Vince Young just running all over Matt Leinart, and then
Yep.
I literally
Well, Vince Young reminds me a lot of Cam Newton, and Cam Newton reminds me a lot of Vince Young.
uh
Is they both had in college had the arm. They both could run your butt over. Blah blah blah. And I think when they both got to the pros, they didn't get utilized the way they should have. Like Vince in Tennessee I don't think that was a great fit for him. And Cam in Carolina, I don't think was a great fit.
Cam in Carolina. Actually, I liked it. I really thought that was, especially when they went on that run with Fozzie Whitaker and all of them. I think Benjamin was it Benjamin
Yeah,
receiver,
one of them. Yeah,
and then you had Steve Smith, right?
Yeah.
An old
yeah.
Steve,
Steve,
old Steve Smith. Okay, I get it.
I'm going to tell you right now, for us, Steve Smith and Mushin Muhammad and Kelvin Benjamin, I'm trying to
I
think
mean,
of one more.
If you don't have Steve Smith in your top 10 receivers, I have a question for you.
I mean, Steve Smith was that guy.
He
I
was
mean,
that guy. He was 5'8" bully. He was a bully. He bullied people. Have you seen his stiff arms? Have you seen what he did to DBs?
exactly. And,
What you talk about Derrick Henry making guys into basketball. Steve Smith was doing that back then, back when they could hit.
you know, you say that we were talking to Tony the Burner and all. And he's like, I don't know why you drafted Tedderella McMillan. Y'all being the Detroit Lions drafting these receivers. And didn't really know who he was, although I follow college like that. But there's some games you don't get to see all the time,
Right.
right? But I looked at some of his training camp stuff. Tedderella McMillan, if he stays healthy, will be that guy up there with Steve Smith one day.
I don't know. I'm not seeing that. I'll
I
be
know
right.
you're not. I know you're not, but I'm talking about his catch radius, his way of high pointing the ball. He just has that knack. And that's
How are
hard.
you going to say all that about McMillan, but you don't like Leggett?
I don't like Leggett
Leggett's
because
a receiver.
Leggett's
He was
not
a
the
go
best receiver.
too.
Leggett's not going to be the best receiver. I mean, Ted's going to take that number one. Leggett can turn into a number two, but I haven't seen that yet. That's all I'm saying.
Well, guys, hey, the reason I've got my camera off is my blood pressure dropped again, but I'm sitting here doing jumping jacks in my chair. I don't think you want to see it.
Please,
I'm still
no.
listening. I'm still here.
Please, no.
So,
We don't need any more images. Brandon's already sick from me and Styles apparel gear. Ha, ha, ha.
hey, I need some of your workout apparel there, Bird.
Go to stylesapparel.com and order.
All right.
There you go. Enter promo code.
Hey, by the way, we
Oh,
got a
wait.
question to ask you guys off of football real quick. I went 3-1 in the wild card. The only one I lost was obviously the Cubs.
Yeah, I didn't do so good.
I think I did better than Brandon, but not much better.
The Cubs.
I'm liking the matchups coming up too, though.
I lost two. I lost San Diego, and I lost Cincinnati.
But the divisional round's getting ready to start on the 4th. So, in the National League, I think the National League's going to be pretty whoa because it's the Dodgers and the Phillies and the Cubs and the Brewers.
I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of excited that the Dodgers and the Phillies have to take each other out.
Yes.
I kind of want the Dodgers to win. Only because I just have a deep hate for the Phillies. But it really kind of hurts the Dodgers because I have a deep hate for them too.
I know.
The Cubs Brewers is funny. That's funny to me.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it. And they're like an hour away from each other.
That's funny to me.
And you know what?
Astros fan,
Ultimately, I can't root for anybody else in the NL East because of me being a Braves fan. But anybody that leaves Atlanta, Freddie Freeman left Atlanta to go to the Dodgers. I'm a Freddie Freeman fan. Just his love for the game, his story. But ultimately, I really don't want the Dodgers to win because he went there.
On the American League side, though, Bird, the Tigers take on the Mariners, and then the Yankees and the Blue Jays.
That Tigers-Mariners series is going to be a series.
how are you going to hate a man for wanting to get paid what he's earned?
I didn't say I hate the man. I said I love the player. I hate the team he went to.
How you going to hate on that man?
I'm not hating on the man. Hold on.
He didn't want to take a higher discount. He said, pay me what I'm worth. And the Dodgers said, don't worry, we
But
got
the
it.
deal ended up being the same damn deal.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. If you look at it, it was pretty much the same deal.
Well, you guys have a bad organization right now.
It's going to get better because we fired our manager retired. We're going to get a new manager.
You forced him to retire? Here's my question. Where do y'all go from here?
They're going to hire David Ross.
We're going to probably hire David Ross, but really, I just want somebody from outside the organization that manages a different way. It just seems like we go in the organization so much that we get stale. I want somebody new and exciting. I mean, but I don't know who that would be.
I can tell you
Well,
who I want to be your coach,
Who?
Chipper.
I would love that. Everybody's rooting for that, but I don't think he wants to put that time in
I'd
that would
imagine
take.
probably not. I'd imagine at his point in life, he probably wants to be home.
Yeah.
He probably would like to know what that feels like. 182 games, that's a lot. Plus the postseason, plus endorsement deals and everything. Dude, you don't have time. You don't have time for anything. Um, and so I would
I,
imagine probably wants to be with his kids and his wife and have the home, but to see Chipper go back and manage the Braves and make that come full circle would be cool as hell.
I tell you a name that's been floated around since speculations were around Snicker retiring.
And if it's not
It's
Chipper,
Mark.
then it'll be.
It's Mark DeRosa. Mark
Mm.
DeRosa is coming into his own. He's managed the WBC for the last couple times, and the the players love him. He's very intellectual when it comes to the game of baseball. That's who a lot of people are floating around. So it's going to be between David Ross and DeRosa, but we might end up settling on Walt Weiss.
If I was the Braves, I would have two choices in mind. It would be Chipper or Javi. That's it.
Hobby would be a outstanding
the
man.
Angels look like they've got their man pegged too, and they don't even have to pay him anymore because they're already paying him.
Pujols?
Because it's yep, dead serious. They're actually that's who they're talking about.
Are they really? That was a joke.
Yes, that ain't a joke. It's real.
Oh wow. Hey, you know what? And I love Coach Hendricks to death. You probably wouldn't mind me telling him this story. You probably wouldn't mind me telling this story. So I remember when Albert Pujols came in the league, and I told him he was going to be a Hall of Famer. And I remember arguing with Coach Hendricks about whether or not this is one of my first sports debates I was ever in. And me and Coach Hendricks argued Pujols, and he said that his age was what was going to keep him out. I think Pujols has earned us. I think Pujols has earned a Hall of Fame career, and I think he will be a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, yes,
I definitely agree with that.
yes. Now the thing is, as a Cardinals fan, even as a Cardinals fan, just as a baseball fan, Albert Pujols it was a great hitter and stuff. And if you'd have told me 10 years ago you'd want him to be a manager, I would have laughed.
I also
But his last year in St. Louis, though, watching him teach and help the younger players grow definitely changed my mind. He definitely could be a manager.
I want to know why the hell we haven't seen the kid become a manager.
Because I think he doesn't want to follow in his dad's footsteps in that way.
I agree with that. I mean,
I think he enjoys his time away from baseball. Because if you think about it,
He's still getting paid.
he started when he was in the crib with baseball until he retired.
Actually, I heard him tell a story that he actually didn't even know his dad played baseball until he was older.
Yeah.
Griffey Jr. told the story that he didn't even know his dad played
Yeah.
baseball. But when he found out that his dad played baseball and realized what he actually did, he had already taken a love to the game, and that's all he wanted to do.
Just like Chipper Jones, I think he enjoys his time away from the game so much that it's hard to get back to it.
Yeah, but the difference between Chipper and the kid is Chipper had a long career.
Yeah.
Larry.
Not that the kid didn't have a long career. He had a really good stint. But after the Reds, his career was shortened. He should go a lot longer.
I agree. One of my favorite stories, and Chipper told I'm not going to go into the story because I can't remember all, but had to do with Chipper Jones and Jim Tomey getting it in a scuffle in minor leagues. And he said, "You know what? That's one. Jim Tomey's that one dude you don't want to mess with. That man was built, and he was. But
You see about parents, kids following their parents' footsteps. Most professional wrestlers do not want their kids to follow in their footsteps.
Yeah.
But you're seeing more and more do it, and it's funny because, like, uh, Steve Borden, who actually is Sting in wrestling world, everybody knows Sting.
yeah,
His son went to college, played in Division One, and he actually made a roster. He was on the practice squad football. He gave up football. He is now going into wrestling.
wow,
That's a guy I would like to have a conversation with. Is Sting. That was
Yes.
my all time favorite wrestler of all. That is my all time favorite wrestler of all time. Sting, NWA or NWO. Sorry, not NWA. NWO.
Yeah.
The Wolfpack. All that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of neat though reading it, but I mean, I started watching because the Rock's daughter's in there now. You've got the Steiner brothers' kids are going in
and
it.
and you got the Rhodes family.
Yep, Rhodes family. I mean, you're just seeing these kids, and they're the thing is WWE, since the NIL has came out, WWE is starting to sponsor athletes, and and it's not just in football and stuff. It's in track and gymnastics and stuff like that.
Can I tell you something real quick? Not that it's about what you're talking about, Corey. The fact that the WWE, whatever they're called now,
Yeah, I know.
the fact that they partnered up with ESPN and it is now on ESPN and ESPN is finally recognizing it as a sport, that is awesome. I hate that it's Triple H. That's a whole thing. I mean, it would have been a lot cooler if it was Steve Austin. I'm just saying. But,
Yeah,
dude, it's so cool that they partnered up with ESPN. And honestly, Triple H has been a statement in the WWE for a very long time. And so seeing him and his family take on what his father-in-law has built, honestly, it really does make sense. And he's taking it to a whole new level. And I really want to congratulate them on that. That's big.
yeah.
It's something.
It is. It's huge.
As a kid, I wanted to see it way back when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I thought that ESPN should have the SummerSlam events on the next day to tell us what happened. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
And somebody that's actually helped a lot of that too is Jonathan Coachman. He used to be. He was on ESPN. Then he became a regular on WWE. They called him the coach, and he still goes back and sometimes as an anchor on ESPN SportsCenter. And Pat McAfee is another one that's had a big impact in it.
yeah,
And that, I mean, it's nice to see it because you can sit there and say it's fake, but these people work 360 some days a year, nonstop, with all kinds of injuries.
They do.
And we see pitchers have a hangnail and take a week off.
They do. And you know what? Ultimately, here's one thing. I may not be the wrestling fan, but the one thing I will say is the promos you see and all, they're always giving back to the communities. They're doing USO tours. They're doing things that sports used to do back in the day. Still,
Yeah. Make-A-Wish Foundation, John Cena has the record for Make-A-Wish
I believe
for
that.
kids. And that's, you know what? I mean, he not only was a wrestler, but he's also out in Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. And for him to give his time, and it's not just like he goes and sees them, gives them an autograph and leaves. He stands by these kids that he sponsors and stuff. And you know, the ones that don't make it, it makes your heart happy thinking, you know what, they got something that most people never get to do in their life. They got to hang out with an actual superstar.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I
it's
I got lucky to be coached by one,
yeah,
but
You don't get the
you don't.
opportunity a lot.
no, you really
No, you
don't.
don't.
You don't. Um, it's funny. At a very young age, I was introduced to professional athletes, and I was around professional athletes all the time, and that is something that I've never taken for granted. I've always been grateful for because not every kid gets that opportunity. You can talk to 6 billion kids on this earth, and they're not going to be able to share the experiences that I've had in life. Um, and it's humbling, and it's really neat. And to hear like John Cena to go do that, hold that, make the wish, like I agree. I have seen wrestlers go above and beyond for the community so much more. And not to say football players and basketball players and all of them don't. They do. I've seen what Shea has done for Oklahoma City, and he's not even from here. He's from Canada. Um, but like the WWE, they when it comes to like the crowd support and like fan support, they really do hold their fans with a love and respect, as opposed to a lot of other major athletes.
That they do, and that's a tap. You know, you got to tip your cap to them. I mean, you know, it's not all about. You know, I've been to a signing session, and I've heard a professional athlete say, "I'm not signing that because you didn't spend enough money for that autograph." And then it's like, wow, really? I know everybody wants to make a buck nowadays, but if it wasn't for those fans in the seats, you wouldn't have a game to play.
That's exactly it. I mean, that's exactly it, and that's what kind of I think that's what's irritating me about this younger generation. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
And you know what? I said this on the younger generation too. I can remember growing up, I had friends that were getting recruited in high school and all, and you really didn't hear it in the media like you do today. I mean, you got kids going on McAfee, you got National Signing Day shows. I mean, these guys are more entitled now than these athletes when Michael Jordan and all of these were playing. Think about that.
They are. They're more accessible now, but they're more distant than ever. Also,
Exactly.
I remember the athletes back in my day when we were going to college. We signed whatever. We knew who all signed amongst the other teams. You know what I mean? So like on the baseball diamond, like in between, like we dab each other's glove up and say, "Hey man, I heard you signed, man. Congratulations." You know what I mean?
yep.
The attitudes, the cockiness, the I don't understand this new generation of people. I guess um, it was a whole different It was a whole different mentality when I was coaching them young men. You know what I mean?
You know,
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a love for the game. I'm trying to go somewhere. It was me, me, me. What the hell are you doing, kid?
Yep.
you say that. I remember watching a clip of a Michael Jordan interview. I think it was with Oprah, and he's like, Oprah asked him a question: "What do you think about the athletes today?" or something to that effect. And he goes, "You know what? They're entitled. They're getting endorsements before they even play the game. We had to go out and work for the endorsements we got. We really had to go out and earn our money. These kids are going in today and making money off the rip just by a name. And how many guys have we seen fail and not make a name for themselves like we thought they would?"
Oh, and we see it all the time. Uh, I'm gonna forever remember that ukulele kid. I'm never gonna be able to say his name right. I don't even know how to say his name right. But
DJ Uyongale
going from
No, Nico.
or Nico Imolava.
going from Tennessee to UCLA, getting your coach fired, losing out on all that money, going from a non-tax state to a tax state, to where you probably didn't get jack crap out of your career, and now you just wasted it. You just wasted your whole career. For what?
And you probably cost yourself an NFL career at that point.
That's what I'm saying. You cost yourself your whole career. You sold your soul for $150,000. That's not worth it.
No, it's not.
You had Josh Heupel in a good system, a system that looks like it's going to go for a long time. And now you just got your head coach fired. What other coach wants? Because now you know he can go transfer wherever. You know what I mean? It's not going to hurt him. He can go wherever. But
Yeah, but who's going to want him now?
that was my question: is who wants you? You don't come over here. Can't sit here.
Well, you know, there's going to be some team that wants him, but I mean, that's like a cancer to me. It's for the players. As a coach, I'm sitting there looking at these players that are transferring left and right. You have no loyalty.
I am a coach. I don't want you. Here's the thing: if I'm an organization and I have a coach that wants that coach, I don't want that coach. Or is that not fair to say?
No, that's fair. I agree, because you know what, I'm as a coach, as a fan, I always wanted the coaches to be loyal, because the kids had to be loyal to the school and stuff, and now I want the kids to stay loyal.
But see, Corey, to interrupt you right there before you finish your thought, I'm going to say this: the NIL is going to make the players less loyal.
Oh, I agree. And it's not just in the college level, because
I disagree, Rod. I'm gonna push back on you a little bit. The coaches, this is the coaches' problem. They want such an easy road. Oh my goodness, if I get all these 5-star recruits, I'm not going to have to coach as hard. I'm going to have players that know what they're doing. I'm not going to have to do my job. I'm going to have an easy ride to a national championship. Oh my goodness. Instead of working your fucking butt off. Instead of actually going in there and coaching these kids and actually building a team up and actually doing your job. Everybody wants the easy road. Nobody wants to work for it.
I hear what you're saying, but here's the thing I'm going to push back on. No matter if you're a 1-star or a 5-star, your coach has to still coach.
Yes.
So no matter, look at Clemson right now. I mean, I'm a diehard Clemson fan. We've got a bunch of 5-star players that can go in the top 5 of the NFL draft this year, but they're not going. Their stock's dropping. It's not just the coaching. It's the players' mentality too. I mean,
I agree. I agree. It's players' mentality too, but these coaches are allowing it to happen. Think about it, Bird. If I'm going to recruit you, right? I am in my ultimate interview process. I got a kid that wants to be here. I got a kid that's looking for the most money. Which one do I take?
That wants to be here. I understand that. I mean,
we're not getting that in the interview process. We're seeing dollar bills, not wins.
But the thing about where I went to Clemson is a lot of these guys could have transferred all the time. I mean, and Dabo has built that culture where players don't want to leave. They've had to buy into the whole system.
Right.
Ultimately, it's on the players, not just the coaches. I mean, you can go get the 5-star players and give them the easiest road to multiple championships But ultimately, if they're not performing on the field, the coach is still going to get fired.
That's what I'm saying. Why not go recruit the best players? Look, I'm not saying a 5-star recruit is the best player. I can show you that list because for some reason we still haven't done it on that top 250.
We
Where
need to
Jameer
get to
Gibbs
it.
is
I
ranked
don't know why.
87th, really should have been ranked number 5.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go during the interview process, and I can find out everything I need to know from you in the interview process. I can find out where your mentality is. I can find out what your goals and aspirations are. I can find out if you're a grinded out kid or if you're just a, hey, I need this easy. I can find all that out in my interview process. And if you want to be here, you're going to sign.
I
But
agree.
he's in here flipping back, and this is probably why I'm not a college recruiter. I did a great job recruiting for Gordon's. I did a great job. It was so easy because I was really just selling parents on why they should let their kids come play for me. And when you're honest, you ain't selling shit.
That is true. But that's the thing. And it's not, and it started way back when with the coaches. A lot of it's not, there is no honesty there. It's what can I do to get this kid here? And, as a coach, I want the kids that work in my system, not work for all the money. I mean, I want to win, don't get me wrong. But you're seeing it in college basketball now. Look at these other schools where the kids are staying 4 and 5 years. They're making it to the NCAA tournament, and they're making runs. And at one point, one of these schools is going to win a title. Just ask John Shire. He had all that talent at Duke last year, and it was probably one of the best coaching jobs he ever did, keeping them on the right tracks. Because he had all those 5-star recruits. But he did it. And some coaches can do it, some coaches can't. USC is another one that they get a lot of 5-star recruits, basketball, and we're going to, this year we'll see BYU. See how they do.
College basketball, the one and done has ruined the game. Let's be real. I mean, ultimately, you got
the game of college basketball or the NBA?
College basketball. It's watered down the NBA too.
Yeah.
Because these one and done kids are coming out, they're getting drafted, and you're not seeing them play for 3-4 years. If you look at Oklahoma City was perfect. Out of their players, Shea Alexander was a one and done, but Shea started off in L.A.
He started off in Canada.
Huh?
Shea started off in Canada.
What I'm saying, he came down, played 1 year in college, then went to the pros. Got drafted by L.A., the Clippers, played there for 2 years before he got traded.
I'm going to correct you right there, Corey. He got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets and traded to the Clippers.
And then he got traded from the Clippers to the Oklahoma. But Oklahoma City, when they're drafting their players, they're not just drafting the players, because they're young, they're top 25. They're drafting their players that fit their system, whether they're young or older players. And you don't see that a lot of times in the NBA anymore. You just see them going after, the best player. Oh, my God, I don't care how young he is, even though he's not going to play on that team for 3 years.
Hey, so Shea only played 1 year for the Clippers.
Yeah, 1 year, and he got traded.
Check this out. 82 games played. He started 73 of them. 26 and a half minutes. His field goal percentage was 47%.
Yeah.
His three-point percentage was 36.7, and his free throws were 80%. I mean, this dude came out the gate swinging.
Yeah. But you don't see that out of very many kids that are one and done.
Now he's shooting over 50%.
And the thing is when he went to the Clippers, they weren't a horrible team at the time.
2018, they would have had a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, it was the.
And you know what? To that point, Corey, that you just made, Look at the NFL. We talk about these quarterbacks today, how they're not producing. When we were growing up, how many years did you see a Brett Favre sit? How many years did you see these guys sit? You saw at least minimum of 2 years.
I go back to
Um,
Steve Young. Steve Young come out of college. He ended up going when he went to Tampa. Horrible team. They started him right off. Then he ends up getting traded to San Francisco. He sits behind Joe Montana, and look what happens. He becomes a Hall of Famer.
Is that
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, another one. You know, we're
Okay, let's look on the flip side of
Patrick
this.
Mahomes sat
Manning.
behind Trent Greenfree. There is
Peyton
some
Manning
that can
got
do it,
drafted
but I'm just saying.
one overall and had to play. You got guys,
Yeah.
had to play. There's a lot of guys that go drafted number one that have to play. That's why they're getting drafted number one. Look at the Browns
we don't
for a very
we
long time.
don't
I
disagree.
know, and that's
We don't disagree with that, but I'm saying as far as how the game has
the way the
developed.
game is evolutionized. We're drafting these kids number one to go into the shittiest teams, and they don't have their team set up. Like, Indianapolis, when Peyton Manning got set up, Irsay was the owner, and he kept all the coaches and the GMs and stuff. The Browns, they draft a quarterback, and then the next year they got a new head coach. They want to draft another quarterback.
Yeah.
It's these teams as the way they're made up, and we're expecting these kids coming straight out of college that most of them have never had to deal with losing.
And I mean, I know Dak got his start because of injury, but I mean, he started his rookie year and hasn't looked back.
Yes, there's few of them that do it, but I mean, in certain baseball we see it a lot. They have to work their way up 9 times out of 10. They might start them off in Double-A, but they still go. They're not expecting these kids to get drafted and be in the major leagues the next week.
Well, no, but
And that's
not every organization
That's not-
organizations like the Chiefs organization or
well, yeah, and that's the thing. The Browns organization, when you got 41 quarterbacks since 19 whatever.
Yeah.
I
Y'all-
mean, seriously,
Y'all, we're over an hour. Did y'all want to get these picks in for this week?
Oh yeah, we need to.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and on the record. I had the Rams last night. I thought they beat by 6. I lost that one. Y'all both took the
Yeah,
Niners, so y'all got a game on me there. For the record, Browns plus 3.5 over the
Vikings or Browns.
Vikings and Browns.
Vikings are favored at 3.5. 2-2 versus the 1-3 Browns. Can I be honest? I think the Browns win this game. You're in the dog pound. Minnesota's not very
No,
good.
you're not. You're in London. This is another London game.
Oh, that's right.
9:30.
You are. You're across the pond. You're across the pond. I forgot.
And the
I'm
Vikings
trying to figure out
played.
if I heard. Go ahead.
Vikings played the Steelers in London last week, so they're already been over there. Keep that in mind.
Oh, then I changed my pick. I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Yeah, I've got the Vikings.
They've been over there this whole time.
I think they stayed over there because it was a 2-week thing. I'm not sure on that, but I wouldn't see you coming home for a few days and going back.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, they would. I'm pretty sure they stayed over.
All right, so I'll take Minnesota in that just because they're gonna be more prepared.
Corey, who you got?
Oh, I got Minnesota.
I'm predicting Minnesota to win, but I think the Browns are going to cover. So I took the Browns.
I switched my pick just now because I didn't think about them being across the way. All right, Raiders at Colts.
This one's hard for me.
Go ahead.
This one's hard for me. I mean, I want to pick. It's the 6.5. I'm pretty sure the Colts are going to win, but are they going to cover? That's my hardest prediction of this one. And I took the Raiders to cover, but the Colts to win.
I've got the Colts to cover.
Brandon?
I've got the Colts to cover. I think Jonathan Taylor and Indiana Jones are going to have a big day. I don't think the Las Vegas Raiders are as good as everybody thought they were. Um, offense, defense, all that. I just don't think it's as good. I think the Colts are for real.
I think the Colts are for real. 6.5 is about where I see them winning by a touchdown. Give me the Colts.
So I'm the only one with the Raiders. Okay.
Giants and Saints.
Saints? Yeah.
Saints are favored by 1.5. I took the Giants.
And I took the Giants.
I took the Giants.
All right, so me and Corey probably took the Cowboys. Rodney, you got the Jets.
No, I don't. Hey,
Oh,
If we drop this game, Rodney, if we drop this game against the Jets, I'm kicking you in that 7 head.
I'll pick you up on the way, Brandon.
But
all right.
I
But
figured
no, I'm not.
I
Let me
figured that
let me defend myself here. I'm not sold on the Jets. We watched them Monday night. That was just a no-brainer pick. I had to go with the Cowboys.
hold on, you're sold on the Cowboys? I'm a
I'm not
Cowboys
sold
fan,
on.
and I'm not sold on the Cowboys.
I'm not sold on the Cowboys. I'm sold on the Cowboys over the Jets.
I wouldn't be. They got a better defense.
Well, I took the Cowboys, and I'm going to tell you something though. The one thing that scares me, and everybody's going to laugh at this, but it's Justin Fields. And the reason why, I seen what Jalen Hurts did to our defense in Week 1. I ain't worried about Justin Fields beating us with his arm. I'm worried about him beating us with his legs.
That's
You know
where I'm
what? You say that, but I looked at the performance that y'all had against Green Bay, and I looked at the Jets.
We gave up 40 points.
at. Gave up the house.
All right, I'm gonna change my pick.
We
I'll
have the
take
worst.
Jets.
We have the 32nd defense in the league right now.
I'll take the Jets. Y'all convinced me to go with the Jets. Happy now?
Yeah, don't put that.
No, because our defense still sucks.
Don't put no funk on my Cowboys. All right, Broncos and Eagles.
I took the Broncos plus 4.5. I say they upset the Eagles this weekend.
I took the Eagles. It's ugly football, and for some reason, they're going to continue to keep winning these ugly games.
I took the Broncos, Bo Nix, over Jalen Hurts. I
I
think
have picked against the Eagles all year, and all year I've been let down.
Well, let's hope you're let down this weekend by picking them. Next,
Dolphins and Carolina.
the Toilet Bowl. All right.
Hey, y'all think y'all can win a game?
Do I think we can win the game? Chuba Hubbard's out. We don't know what Bryce Younger we're getting. And that's not hate, that's fact. I mean, ultimately, with that said, I'm taking the Dolphins to cover. They're 1.5.
Me too. Got the Dolphins.
I'm taking your Carolina Panthers. That's a very bad Miami team without Tyreek Hill.
Ooh. I'm not. But I still think 1.5 is too much in that game.
The battle of the
Because
1 and
they're
3.
both bad.
Oh,
I
actually,
took Baltimore.
I mean,
I took
technically,
Baltimore.
Miami and Carolina were the battle of the 1 and 3s as well. My bad.
Yeah.
I took Baltimore in this because I just still do not trust anything at Houston They have just not looked good at all this year. I know at least Baltimore's looked good in periods, just not put it together. So I got Baltimore.
I too take Baltimore. But can I be
I'm,
honest? Neither one of these teams are trustworthy.
No, they're not.
they're not, and I'm looking at this now. I want to change this pick before I make it found on the Rocket. I'm going with the Texans plus 3.5 because the games that they've lost have been pretty close. So I think they can cover that 4.3.5.
I'm hoping Cooper Rush can have a day. And I see Derrick Henry running all over those boys. So now this one was tough. 0-4 Tennessee Titans versus the Arizona Cardinals at -7.5.
I took Arizona, and it's a big number to take Arizona for. But one, they're at home, and two, Tennessee's a mess.
Tennessee is a
The
mess.
rookie,
Tennessee.
that is just, yeah, that's just the thing. They're a mess right now. It's not even that they're, I can't even say they're bad. They're just a mess. They've got pieces, but those pieces are in left, right, behind you.
They're not. They're not in order to put the puzzle together, is what you're saying.
No. Yeah, no.
For that reason, I took Arizona. For everything Corey said, I took Arizona.
Tennessee's bad. But what Arizona are we going to get?
That was the other
We
question I
have
had, and
Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. They could have a big day, or they could They could poop the bed.
you sit
And
on the sidelines with the pacifiers.
I think 7.5 is a lot of points.
It is.
I think Tennessee's going to play a little defense. I don't think that they're going to be able to put up a lot of points. But I also don't think the Cardinals' defense is world beaters. I like Buda Baker. I like some pieces they have. 7.5 is just too much. I'm going to take Tennessee to cover. I have our Arizona to outright win, but I'm going to take Tennessee to cover. I think it's a 3-point ball game or a touchdown. I don't think it's more than 8 points.
Yeah, that was hard for me too. I mean, I took Tennessee or Cardinals because, like I said, it's just I don't know.
This next one was easy for me.
Me too.
This next one, I didn't have a problem.
No, I took this one. I took Tampa plus the 3.5. They're going into the 12, and if there's one quarterback I would take in a hostile environment with hand signals, it would be Baker Mayfield. So that's who I got.
Bird?
I took the Seahawks because they're at home.
Oh, it's not a
And-
sweep. Go ahead, Bird.
And you know what? Sam Darnold does have some good weapons out there. That defense is nasty. And you know what really convinced me to go with them? Tampa Bay's been playing from behind a lot lately. They can't sustain that all year.
I went with Tampa. I'm taking Baker. Shake and bake. It's going to be interesting because they're going to get a chance to go head to head. And I think Baker's the better quarterback. I think the better quarterback wins.
This next game should be a sweep. Detroit minus 10.5 over the Bengals. The Bengals are at home.
What do you got?
This is a trap game. It could go either way, but I'm taking the Lions by more than 10.5.
Well, it's not a sweep.
No, it's not a sweep, but the sad part is I usually try not to go anywhere near Rodney's picks, but the 10.5 is huge. It is in Cincy. Um, Cincinnati has the pieces to cover this game and even win. But I honestly think if Detroit's offense comes out like it did last weekend, they're putting a 50 tag on them. So I took the Lions with the 10.5.
10.5 is a lot of points. Bengals are at home. They cannot look as bad as they did last week. Jamar Chase is going to have a bigger day. I got the Bengals covering.
San Diego Los Angeles Chargers are at home, favored by 2.5 over the Commanders.
And I took the Chargers. I know Jaden Daniels is going to be back, but how healthy really is he? I just see San Diego airing the ball out more, and Herbert having a big day. So I'm going with Los Angeles Chargers.
Brandon?
This one's tough for me. I don't think the Commanders are as good as we'd hoped they were. I think they are going to be better this week than they've been. I think the Chargers might be for real. I'm not 100% sold on them yet. I've got the Chargers at home winning this game by 3. I think the travel is going to be too much for Washington.
Now, I'm torn on this game for one reason. Joe Alt went out with the injury last week, correct?
Yeah.
That's where I want to take Washington by the 2.5, because how's that line going to look? But ultimately, the Chargers are a better team, so I'm going to go with the Chargers.
If I know anything about Jim Harbaugh, it's that he's really big on his O-lines and tight ends. I think the Chargers will be all right. I'm pretty sure they've got some depth.
Well, I'm going to start this one off because Burden left. I'm going to start this one off because I'm taking New England. That 7.5 is the reason. I do not think the Bills are going to beat them by more than a touchdown. I think that's a lot of points in that game.
Dang, you took my thunder, man. I have the upset. Patriots with the upset. 4-0 can't last forever. I think New England's got a better defense than people give them credit for. I think Drake May's better than people give him credit for. We're going to get. I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a big day against Buffalo.
Not so fast. I took the Bills, and reason being is Josh Allen, James Cook, and that defense. It's been don't break. That's the only thing that scares me. But I think this is at home. I think they're going to win it at home.
Well, Brandon, this game right here, this is your upset of the day. Mine was Denver. We're both rooting against taking one of the 4-0 teams to get their upset this week. So,
I'd love for Philly to get beat. I need Philly to get beat. All right, now this one's going to be interesting on Monday night. Is the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Jacksonville Jaguars? They're in Jacksonville. And as much as I want to say Duval, I've got to ride with Kansas City. I think Kansas City's for real. I think they figured it out. And I think it's just going to get better when Rasheed Rice gets back. That Thornton kid is
You
really
know,
starting to come into his own. Xavier Worthy's
yep.
obviously been a huge target, and I really like Hollywood Brown. So as soon as we get Rasheed Rice, as soon as they get Rasheed Rice back, and they're actually a full three-headed monster, oh boy, look out!
You know, I went with the same Brandon. I went with KC. I know it's in Jacksonville. I know Jacksonville's 3-1, and they beat San Francisco last week. But number one, it is in Jacksonville, but it's a night game, so weather should be decent. And I think we seen the real Kansas City Chiefs last week, and I think that they keep on rolling.
Are you ready? Duval in the house. I took
You mean
Jacksonville.
goofball?
All right, why are you taking Jacksonville?
It's at home. Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne. They need a statement win. And this would be that statement win to prove that they're legit this season. I mean, we know they're going to make the playoffs probably because they're in the AFC South. I mean, the South is one of the weaker divisions besides them and the Colts. I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think two teams are coming out that AFC South. I think the Colts and Jags will come out.
I think Liam Cohen's a good coach. I don't think he's as good as Andy Reid. I definitely don't think Trevor Lawrence is as good as Patrick Mahomes. And Brian Thomas Jr. is absent. Somebody put a what do you call that? A missing persons report. Where's he been? Okay,
Yeah.
Strange. I like that tight end. He's been a reliable target for you guys. I like I like the linebacker core for Kansas City a little better. Like that matchup a little better. I think Travis Kelce's a better tight end, so they get better reps at practice than Jacksonville. I think
But,
these are
but
really
I got a question for you. Are you sold on that secondary yet in KC? We were talking about that beginning of the year.
yeah. That's where I was just going with that. I think the DBs are solid and are starting to find their own. I think Spagnola has got the defense starting to move around better, play better within their scheme. They're not making some of the same mistakes we saw early in the year. I'm seeing better film. I mean, I thought Kansas City was legit going into the season. I had a bold prediction with them at 14-4 or 13-4. And I'm still. I mean, I got a whole season to go, but two more losses is still on the board.
We'll see. That's our that's my upset of the week. I think Jackson. Now, do I think Jacksonville
Good pick.
will
I mean, that's a good upset.
outright win? Probably not, but I think they can cover the 3.5.
3.5. I can see that. I can see it being a 1 point game. I can also see it being a blowout. I see it going both ways.
But
I
see,
think I think Andy
all
Reid, Spagnuolo, and Patrick Mahomes are a little angry right now.
all these games we see week to week can either be a 1 point game or a blowout. That's what makes it so hard to pick against the spread.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell, I mean, I've had a hard time picking straight up, so we'll see how it goes. But all right, guys. Well, that is all the picks. Aces play tonight. I expect a win. I'm expecting a win from my Aces. Uh, Game tonight is, I believe, it's at 7, right?
Yeah, 7 Central.
All right, Corey, who you got?
I picked the Aces beginning of this, so I'm not turning around on them now.
I did too. So if I had a different team playing the Aces, I thought the Liberty would. So
Liberty gave you death, man. I told you the cut line was going to be negative what 2? I think is what I said yesterday.
-2,
Yeah.
-3. Yeah.
The cut line is -2.
Good job.
Nice.
The leader right now is Higo. I have no idea who that is. But Buzenhole is tied for 4th. Matt Kuchar's tied for 7th at 7 under. So he's 6 strokes behind. I mean, this guy shot a -6 today. He's -6 just today. And he's only through. Oh, he finished. No, he didn't. He's only through 16. So he still has 2 more holes. That's pretty cool. But anyway, that's a pretty good guess yesterday on the cut line.
It was a good guess. We were talking golf a little bit, so I thought that'd be an interesting conversation to see where we ended up today.
So this episode was brought to you in part by Heaven Sent, Hellbent Gear. Get your HSHBgear.com, 15% off, promo code MARRIED. Styles Apparel, Liquid Nitro Energy Drink, and WEnergy.com, promo code MARRIED. Get your 10% off. Guys, you got anything, final words you want to say?
Lord help me if my Clemson Tigers don't beat the Fighting Belichicks this weekend. I'm going to go crazy.
I think I'm a North Carolina fan this weekend.
Bill. Go Aces.
And Bill,
Aces.
Bill, we trust.
Aces and 6. Let's go.
Y'all, I will be streaming that game, the Clemson North Carolina game at noon.
You mean screaming that game, not streaming. Screaming that game.
But y'all will see an epic meltdown on TikTok if we lose that game.
All right, we're going to talk about it next week.
We will talk about it next week. All right. All right. Peace.
See ya.